Hey everybody, sorry I'm loud. Tonight we are going to be doing our prayer boards. A prayer board is kind of like a vision board, but when you write out your goals, you're going to write a prayer with it. And what I'm going to do is add a scripture to my prayer as well. We have a website that a friend of mine shared with me. It's called Woman's Day, and it's kind of like Google, and you could just type in whatever it is the goal is, and then do a, it'll bring up a scripture for you. So that's what we're gonna do. I kind of wanted to make a TikTok, but I was moving so fast. So I'm gonna tell you the supplies we used. We used three cork boards, some sticky notes, big ones and small ones,
If they
push
saying they
pins.
can't hear us.
Huh?
Say they can't hear us.
Oh,
Yeah, mine
uh,
is muted over there.
oh, you gonna have to. I'm not live with you.
All right. I'm sorry.
But so yeah, we used three cork boards, big and small, sticky notes, um, postcards, push pins, markers,
Can y'all hear us
pens,
now?
and you need these mustard seeds to remind you. We having a little bit of technical difficulties.
Can y'all hear us now? Yes. Yeah, they can
Okay, so today you have me, your host, Megan, your other host, and we have a special guest today, Alicia. Say
hear.
hey.
Hey.
So, Alicia, would you like to talk about huh?
Okay.
Oh. Okay, so Alicia, I was telling Megan a little bit about you before you came in, and I was just telling her kind of like how you inspired me a lot, and you were my mentor. Aside from business and stuff.
Okay. Sorry. Can y'all hear me now?
Mhm. But yeah, I was just telling her about how you're like my mentor aside from business and everything else that we have going on. Just overcoming, being a young single mother, having your own business, buying a house, just, everything is very inspiring. When I look at you, I feel like, okay, she can do it so it can be done.
Right.
So, today we're going to be talking about our goals coming into the year and things that are important to us. And I already kind of know off the dome, like, at first I was like, maybe I should practice and write out all my goals, but I kind of know off the dome already, like, what I want to work on and everything that I that I feel like. But I've been trying for like 3 years to do those 300 goals with
Hard.
that what's his name? What's his name?
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey had told us to do, and I probably get to like 150 every time, and it is
Said come
so
up with 300 goals
300 goals.
before the year.
Yep.
He said come up with
Wow.
300, and the
That's a
first
lot.
the first time I did it, that's when I had like bought my car and everything like that. I was like, dang, I did it, because I would look back and I'm like, oh, I did this, I did this, I did this,
Hmm.
but it's hard. I did see a girl on my Instagram and she got all 300. She got 305. And I was like, girl, how did you do that? And she was like, then she got on TikTok and she started watching other people that do it. And
Came up with ideas.
and you get ideas like that. And she said, next thing you know, she had over 300. And I was like, dang, that's good.
That is good. Also, I've learned, like, you have to be very precise. Like, if you want, like, a good man, you have to be precise of the characteristics that you want and the morals and the respect and, like, even down to, like, him being a father and a provider and a protector. So that's how you can come easily with, like, at least 100.
Right.
I can say that I had a good, healthy relationship before. And when I did, though, I had just got out of a bad relationship and I took a break, but I had like sat down and I had wrote out everything I wanted out of a man, like detail for detail for detail. And I promise you, when I had met him, he was all of
All
that.
that.
And
That's
I
a
and
movie.
to this
That was on a
day,
movie.
I have nothing bad to say about him. I mean, we went our separate ways because I feel like we were young and we grew apart or whatever. But I still have nothing bad to say about him to this day.
That's
Wow,
good.
that's crazy.
But that was on a movie. I can't remember what movie, but it was a movie where an older lady was telling her daughters, write it out. write out what you want from a man.
Oh, okay. You gotta find that movie.
It was a movie. I'm
Right.
trying to think what it was. But she was like, but it ended up being a joke because the girls were like, "Okay, mom, let's see your list that you wrote out for dad," and she was like, "We ain't gonna talk about it."
Right.
That's
We
like-
ain't
Right. Because some, I mean, but that's really a good comment that you wrote. I mean, that you said that the mom was like, we're not gonna talk about that one. But I mean, everything not gonna be on your list.
Right.
So that's understandable. Also, I would also mention like whatever that's on your list, let that be a list for yourself as well. Because a lot of people be like, oh, he got to make this amount of money. He has to be fit. He has to be this. But you over here in Taco Bell and
Right.
you over here working, not nothing against anybody, but you working just the bare minimum just to make it.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, you have to strive as well if you want a man that's striving. So,
Right. Yeah, I do wonder sometimes. I'm like, I be seeing girls that have nothing, and ended up with somebody that has everything, and like their lives change overnight. And I'm like, how did? And I be okay. I know this is not. You are what you attract, and I know this is not.
what you
This is
attract-
not adding up.
How this happened?
Yeah.
Where this come
This is
from?
not adding up. Like, but you are what you attract, and this is what I. No.
this ain't it at all.
No.
I've been working all this time. You
Right.
gonna just throw me this?
I had came across this prayer a long time ago, and
That's righty.
I be sending myself like, let me show y'all. It's
What's the link that you were saying too, Don?
Women's Day.
That's the name of it in Google.
Yeah,
Women's Day?
just happened Women's Day. So like I be sending myself a whole bunch of reels on my other Instagram. Like I just send myself
That's
a
actually
whole
smart.
hella reels. But
I send myself reels and be like, I'm
I'ma do this. And sometimes I do though.
Look, I even have a whole, you know how on Instagram you could save your stuff?
Uh-huh.
And so, like, I have a whole save that says TikToks, reels.
Oh. Oh, that's good. That's organized.
That's
'Cause mine's
actually-
just all together, and I be having to look for it. But after I do the reel, I unsend it, so it's out of my list now.
But I actually, see, look, TikToks, workouts.
Oh, that's
Oh, you set up
cool.
your own like
That's so,
Pinterest.
yeah,
that is
so
like-
organized.
But
I need to get organized like
that's
that.
actually one of my goals is I want to get more into TikToks and reels and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, like doing this is kind of big for me. Like, it's like I seen Donna and them. I was like, let me do that. Let me try that.
Yes.
I always make her do the introduction because like talking to y'all, I can do that all day. But like talking to the people, I'm
Like, what?
not.
Just don't focus on it.
I'm not good. But
Don't focus on it.
and I figured I was like, something told me today. I'm like, she gonna make me do it today. I just know she.
Yes.
You gotta take turns.
Yes,
She
and
said
you got to
you did it.
challenge. You got to challenge yourself. I was talking to my mentor, and I asked her to come on, and she was like, "I'm stage fright." So, but I was like, "Oh, she taught me about like having a conquer list,
Mm-hmm.
also having your goal list, also like just basically up to 4 things that like really gonna put you in the strategy like to get there to really focus on what you need to do to be productive, like be your best person."
Right.
So I told her, well, it looks like you got to take your own advice. You know, you got to add that
Mhm.
to your list that you got to get over the stage fright and that
Right.
you have to get over the fact that, you know, you don't want to do certain things. It's like, you're going to have to get up and do that.
And it's not bad. Like the people they're not in front of you.
Right.
They there.
And people be in and out the live the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
it's
don't think a
cute.
lot of people pay attention to that. Yeah, we got our mustard seed. So
What is the thing with the mustard seeds?
Because, you only need faith the size of a mustard seed.
amen.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's what it's just a reminder.
Mm-hmm. I remember this lady going around giving everybody mustard seeds at the beginning of the year, and I was like, "What did she say they meant?"
Everything. Everything.
Girl, I'm just grabbing stuff. But I was like, this would be good.
And you said it's
It
called.
was-
Oh yeah, something swap.
Oh, that's to click up.
Oh, okay.
That's so cool. So what is our opening prayer, ma'am? Because you
Oh,
said
okay,
that you
yeah,
had
I
a
wrote it
very
down.
good one. So we
I
can
like
do one
it.
that's as in unity and then do individual. I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah.
So I found this on a reel. She was actually the girl. I don't even know who the girl was, but I guess she's famous and a lot of people know her.
Mm-hmm.
And she was on a podcast and she said this in her prayer. It said that this is the prayer she keeps by her nightstand
Mm.
by her bed. And it says, "Every mouth that says it's an abomination for my family to prosper be silenced.
Yes.
Evil powers shouting against the acceleration against my family die in the name of Jesus."
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Because how many times do you like tell somebody like I can come to you and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna be a millionaire." Like, okay, I'm 30, but by the time I'm 31, I'm gonna be 31 next month. I can come to you and say, "Hey, I'm gonna be a millionaire," and then you'll be like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, you can be a millionaire," and then
And
you
I be
can
like, this
be come
girl.
in and
Mhm.
say, "Girl, you ain't gonna be no millionaire in no month or so." Like that's impossible.
Yeah.
But just like in that prayer, that's enough said. Like anything can happen as long as you put it out there. Cause like you don't just have visions, just like people like you sitting there and you're minding your own business, and the next thing you know, you have something go over you, and it's like a daydream. That's not a
Mhm.
daydream. That's God like giving you a flash of
That's
this is
not.
your life. This is what I need you to work towards. Fix yourself to get towards that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can send that prayer to each and every one of us.
Yeah, I was writing it down when I was driving all the way over here, and I was texting it to myself, so that's why it looks so choppy. I'm gonna send it to y'all, but it looks choppy. But I like it a lot, and I've been holding on to it for a while because I felt like I would use it when the time was right.
The
Mm-hmm.
time is right. I actually have a question for our guest here.
Hmm.
Okay.
My question would be like, what is like your biggest dream or goal that you want to achieve? Like, it has to happen this year. Like, you know how they be like, it has to happen or it has to happen. What would that goal be for you?
For this year, my goal would be for I want all I this year I actually made I guess like a partnership program, a little system that I put in place. And my goal is that I want all of my partners to be successful. And I also want them to just believe in themselves that they can
Yes.
do this, because a lot of them just like, no, I don't think I can do this. And like the closer that we get to time, they start backing out. Like, I don't think I can do this. I don't think. And I'm like,
Hmm.
hey, you could do this. If I did this, you could do this. And I try to tell them my story. Like, I didn't believe in myself either. And when I first started, I only started with only a few amount of clients. But once I seen what I could do, it motivated me. So I'm telling them like, just try it, just try it. Once you try it and you see what it did and how it brought in the money for you, it's gonna motivate you the next year.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I like that.
So my goal is I just want my partners to be successful, and I just want them to, see like I believe in them. I'm not taking anything from them, just helping them. I just want them to see they got this, and I want them to go to the next level and to the next level.
Wow. That's powerful that you want to pour, like I said, for you, but you was like, I want everybody on my team to win.
I
And a
want
lot of people
everybody,
don't move like that.
and people say it and they don't really mean it. Like
Right.
people say that and they say it to in a perspective of they want to see you win, but they don't want to see you pass them up.
Right.
Where I'm like, shoot, if you pass me up, pass me up. Cause I can say like,
'Cause you're
shoot,
the product of me.
yeah, you making me proud. You pass me up, So
Not only that, if they pass you up, they're gonna reach down and say, "Hey, I learned this new strategy." So like we can build together. Even if they don't do that, everything that you do, God knows that I bless you with this talent. I bless you with this knowledge for you to do blase blase. So if you don't do it, God's still gonna put good karma out to you because
Mhm.
some fact I bless you with this. This is what you wanted to do, even though that person passed you up. Hey, don't worry about it. I'm gonna send you probably 30 clients, while I only send them 10.
Right,
So
exactly.
you just have to. I like how you did that.
And I don't, and it's not something, the business is not, believe it or not, like this isn't something I want to do. So I just want to have the partners
Wow.
and, they build the business up and I pass it down to my family, my daughters, my sons, so they can do it. But it's not something that's not my goal.
And a lot of people do be like, "Oh, join this with me, join this with me." I'm gonna help you do this, I'm gonna help you do that. But really and truly, like, it's for their own beneficial good.
Mhm.
And so that I think that's another reason that makes people real standoffish about it.
Yeah.
Wow. What's like one of your biggest goals that you got to achieve this? It has to happen, like regardless, like it has to happen.
I want either so like I do want a house eventually, but like my dream is like a high rise where I can see the city and be at peace and chill.
Yeah.
Like that's where my peace is at, you know?
Right.
And that's like my goal. Like I feel like whenever this tax season's done, I either need to be in a house or I need to be in my high rise where I want to be, you
Mhm.
know? And I'm cool where I'm at now. Like I'm cool, I'm comfortable, and I know my why I am where I am right now. And it's humbled me a lot. But because of the fact that I know like I can afford more, I could be somewhere else or whatever the case may be. But that's my goal. Like that has to happen this year. Like I need that. I want that for me because I
You
deserve it.
can.
I
You
work
will.
hard as hell
Absolutely.
for me to be like not in the position where I want to be living the way I want to live. I make a lot of sacrifices and I work hard and I put my clients first. And on my spare time, I make sure I take care of my son. So I feel like I need to be where I want to be, like literally.
And you can. You will. And it's not even that. If you look into the high rise, like they probably a little bit more than what you paying now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they not even that expensive like what we think. Like we're like, oh, they up there in the high rise. No, they not.
Yeah, my
I
cousin had one and it was so, and I just fell in love with it ever since. And when you walk in, I don't really like the whole garage thing, but I
I
think
love the garage.
I'll get comfortable later on, you know. But I fell in love with it, and when you walk in, it's like as big as a house. Like it was
yeah.
humongous, and I'm like, yeah. And then the you know, you got the patio, and then the deck was he was set up to where I remember 4th of July. I went over there, and you could literally see like 4 different fireworks shows.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Cause it's in the
cool.
middle. That's really good.
And
That's
then
worth the money though.
and then my son's dad is like, well, what about Cash? He needs a yard to play in. And I'm like, you're right. So when you go downstairs, they got private grass areas. I could take him and my dog to go outside and play.
There
You know?
go. See what I just said? Mouth be trying. Shut your mouth. Don't. I got this. I done my full research. It's
Right.
not okay. I like how y'all did that. That was beautiful.
So what's yours?
My goal.
Yeah.
Wow. What really has to happen for me is that I have to get more focused on my budgeting and my money.
That's good.
That's real good.
I would say like moving, like you said, you want a house or you want a high rise. Like one of the things that I learned, like whenever you want to upgrade your life, you have to manage what you have now.
You do.
Right.
So when I was staying in my apartment was not like a high rise, but it was expensive because of the location, the way that it was set. It was set up like a cottage. It was like a reservation kind of place. So it was very expensive.
Yeah.
So once I got to budget and know how to maintain that and how to, live life and grow in that, that's when I was like, okay, I want this. So I feel like what really has to happen for me to grow into like my other goals, I have to learn how to budget my money.
Mhm.
Nothing else is gonna come to me if I'm always every time I get $1, oh, look at those chips, they 75 cents. I'm gonna have a quarter. Like just so quick
Yeah.
to go ahead and just spend my money. So I would say that, and plus, I would need to get more serious with my fitness. I've been working out for 4 years, and you can't even tell. Like the only thing you can tell is probably my legs. That's it. But as far as upper body, I'd be
But
like,
I feel like you fit.
Yeah, I feel like you fit too. That's what I'm saying. Like, what?
I'm sorry. Okay. Well,
I want to get more into it too. Like, I always start and then I stop. Like, I literally go hard for like the first 4 months of the year, every year, just like everybody else. January come and they end there. And I stop. And the thing about it is, it's hard for me to get back into it. But every year, like for the last 3 years, I end up starting and then I stop. So this year, I'm like, I got to just keep going. Just keep going. Don't let it go. Keep going. And I always told myself, like, okay, I'm not going to ever go and do the surgery. I'm going to work hard and do it. And now it's to the point that I'm like, forget it. I'm finna just go get the surgery. But now I'm like, nah, I'm going to go back and work out.
Either way, you got the pain.
And then right now with the new year, I hate going to the gym right now when it starts because it's always full in January. It starts slowing down in March. They not busy, but everybody has that we're going to work out, we're going to lose weight type of goal at the beginning of the year. And it's, the gym is like overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It's packed.
I know me when it comes to that, me personally, if I could work out every day, like get up early in the morning and go work out or work out later, I would do it. But I got my son. But my personal trainer messaged me. He was like, you can bring your son. And I said, okay.
Yeah,
Bet.
And I will.
I've seen on Instagram and like TikToks, like people be having their dogs even in the gym.
Oh, well, she coming too. Rosie coming along.
That's what I'm saying. I think as long as
Wherever I
that,
go,
like,
Rosie go.
they're not so dramatic and you can't control them, I think you can bring them.
Yeah.
So it's like, no matter what, like, but you know what fitness do for me? Like, it tests like my strength. Like it's like when you think you can't do that last rep, and it's like, yeah, I can. So I think like if I can do that, I can do anything. So that's why I say like the gym is my escape place, but it's like I still see there's certain goals that I need to tighten up
Yeah,
on. So
that's funny because I when going to the gym, it motivates. I always start in January, which is when the tax season starts. So it motivates me to get up and get my day started.
There you go.
Like the gym, I go to the gym, try to get there like 6 in the morning, and then once I get home, leave the gym, go home. Like I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go to this office. Let's do this. It gives me that energy. Where some people it don't. Like my sister, like she tells me like the gym tires her out, but me, it makes me want to go
Right.
harder.
Well, then she need to work out in the evening time. Then.
Yeah, she works out evening, but she say it doesn't like she don't want to go to sleep after. Like she's
Wow.
I mean, she
I
does
like
want to
taking
go to
naps
sleep.
after the gym. But if I drink protein or something afterwards, then I'm good. I could keep going. But if not, then I gotta take a nap and rejuvenate. But speaking of the reps, so one of my personal trainers trained my other personal trainer when he was first starting off. So it's like,
Wow.
yeah. And he became a personal trainer after that. But they both taught me not to do reps. We do, like, if you're doing a machine, do it for 45 seconds. And then do another machine or whatever, another set. Or if you're doing whatever you're doing, do it like where you could stand it and do it 45 seconds.
Right.
And then if you get through that first round, okay, and you want to do another circuit, do it for a minute.
45. Oh, okay.
Do it for a minute long. You just keep doing it. So if you're doing
Wow.
like dumbbells or something, do it for a minute long. Squats, whatever you're doing. And if you need to stop, you stop, count to 7. And then, but when you start back, you have to go hard.
Count to 7.
Yes, you honestly, and it goes by. It really helps. It goes by really fast, but I'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it helps. I can stop. I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I keep going. But when you keep going, you gotta come with more momentum, because you gotta get through your workout. And
Wow.
yeah, and it's helped a lot.
That
So
would help me
I don't
out a lot.
I never do like 12 or 10 because what they said, it's like a mental thing. So if you know, okay, I only got 2 reps left,
Yeah.
it's like in your head. But if you're going, you don't know how much time you got left. You just gonna go and go and go and go and push yourself to the limit. You next thing you know, you might have did 30 reps, and normally you would be limiting yourself by 10 and barely getting through 9 because in your mind you're like, okay, I got 1 left. I could do,
Yeah.
and you're limiting yourself.
It pretty much makes the time go by faster. too.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
seemed like it.
Yeah.
You get more of your workout.
Send the that link, Donna, 'cause I don't see it.
The Women's Day.
Hmm.
Also, I have another question. I would say, what's blocking your target? What's like blocking you from reaching your target for you for your main goal that you was trying to achieve? Where you say all your partners, like what is like the like up to 3 things that's stopping you?
I don't think it's nothing really stopping me. It's just that it probably the hardest thing is just getting people to believe in their self. That's probably my
Yes.
my biggest thing is like I can give you so much, but I need you to believe in yourself. Like I can't make you believe in yourself. I could tell you so much, but you got to have it in you to believe in yourself, to do it and to want it. Like, you got to want it. I can't make you want it. I could just tell you, I know, like I can see it in you. I know where it'll take you, but you have to believe in yourself.
For yourself.
Yeah. So that's probably like the hardest thing is to get people to believe in themselves.
Stay motivated.
Yeah. Stay motivated.
So let me ask you this: being as an entrepreneur and that you want a team of people that they're gonna have their days, do you ever like be like, okay, what? Just forget it. You're not ready, or do you just be like, I need to focus on that person because I need to get them ready?
Um, I kind of like I do have someone, and I'm like I do not I want to in my mind be like, okay, you're not ready for this. Like, let's just let it go. But then I'm talking to other people like, what should I do? What should I do? Like, I know I just don't feel like she's ready now.
Mm-hmm.
But, maybe I can convince her to go harder what she does now, which is something that what she do now, she can, bring that it goes hand in hand with the business. So if you focus on this and you're good at this, you'll start building up your clientele.
Right.
So I'm just trying to think of like what ways because I don't want to give up on people, and this is something that it's obviously like if you paid for it, you put your money into it, you had to at some point wanted to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, and it's just be like the simple like I have a person and she's just like she's done everything. She's paid for everything. She has it all set up. And she hits me up and she's like, I just don't want to do the marketing. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to convince them to do it. I'm like,
Wow.
are you serious? Like, you're here. You're there. Like, you are here. I gave you all the marketing tips, everything. Like, you had to, at some point, she's like, I just want to work up under you. And I'm like, no, you don't. You ain't going to make money working up under me. Like, you're going to
Wow.
be an employee working for somebody. You need to be your own boss, your own self. So you can see the money that you can make. Like, why do you want to work up under me? Why you want to be an employee?
Right.
But yeah, I can say that's like the biggest thing is just getting people to just believe in themselves.
Wow. That's I like the fact that you said that you was like, I know one specific person, and then you just went into a whole go mode of like, I'm gonna get this person over this hunt.
Yeah.
And that lets me know, like, if you was my leader, I'd be like, I'm safe.
Yeah. I gave her, I was like, so I came up with a plan with her. I was like, okay, so this what you want to do? Then, okay, let's do this. Maybe this will, motivate you to make you feel like, okay, well, I can do this. So I told her, I was like, okay, I'm gonna put you up under me. You can work up under me and help me out so you can get, but I don't even think it's the system. It's just that she doesn't want to market. She doesn't want to do the marketing part. She doesn't
Right.
want to tell people what she do. Um, but I did come up with a plan with her and I was like, okay, fine. I'll let you do it because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need some help. So you can help me. And then, but set a goal for yourself. Bring me at least 5 people. That's your people. You could do that. Like, look
Yeah.
through your phone log. You could find 5 people in your phone
Right.
to reach out to.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
So I gave her a goal, but the biggest thing is just getting people to believe in themselves. And if you got an interest for this and you paid for this, like you can't tell me that you just want to give up,
Right.
because you had you wanted to do it.
Absolutely. And then if I'm paying money, my hard-earned money, and I invest it, I gotta see it through.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. People don't look at this as an investment. They don't
Mhm.
look at it as their business. They're not looking at it as
Wow.
this is my baby, this is my business. I got to give it my all. They just like, okay, whatever, I'm doing taxes now. It's like no big deal.
Yeah.
Because you get on social media, be like, I don't care how tight you fold your arms, you ain't doing my taxes. You know what I mean? You see that all over social media and stuff.
Wow.
But you
People
can switch it up.
downplaying.
So who cares? Like I would switch it up like, hey, I need y'all. I mean, you need me, so I'm folding my arms.
Yeah, I had
Like,
posted
that's
on there. I
crazy.
say, I posted my flyer. I say, yeah, my arms folded, so you know I'm official.
right, exactly. So just play like they gonna say that, but just play with it.
Yeah, 'cause
That's
people be like,
crazy.
But you get on social media, people be downplaying it. But I just felt like when people do downplay stuff like that, they really just hate because why would you downplay all these
Yeah,
people starting new businesses,
absolutely.
ventures and
Mhm.
stuff like that?
Absolutely.
Because
It's
yeah, it
wild.
might be my first year. I mean, it's not, but okay, yeah, it might be my first year. But you might see me in 5 years. I'm gonna be balling in the mix, and I'm gonna go back on Facebook and I'm gonna scroll all the way down,
And that's when they gonna come
and I'm gonna
around.
screenshot it and send it to you because you said what?
That's crazy. What do you think that's blocking you from getting your high rise or getting your home?
I would say, I mean, for a while, my priorities were out of whack. My patience, my drive, everything. I was just off balance with everything. Like my peace was disrupted. So I wasn't putting the time and energy into what needed to be put into. And I feel like now I am. Now I'm where I need to be, and I spend time doing things I need to do. So I'm like very productive all the time. Like what my new brand ambassador was like, "Girl, I like how you get straight to work and you do what you need to do." And I say, "You know what? I'm glad you said that because yeah, that's how I am. Like every minute matters to me. Every day
Right.
matters. I don't just have it. My son said, "Was there something about a day that you just don't?" I said, "I don't got a day that I'm just not doing nothing." I said, "Unless I know like I had a long week and it wore my son out, then yeah, then we'll have a lazy day so he can rest. But
That's good.
other than that, no, I'm going and I'm taking care of stuff. Or if he's put up somewhere at his aunt's or his grandma's, wherever, like I'm gonna keep going 7 days a week, every single day. I'm spending my time wisely how it's supposed to be spent.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if I could be over here chilling and doing this and going there, so I know I did put a lot into what a friend or a relationship wanted to do. Instead of being at the office and working on this and getting organized doing that, Now, when I leave work, I don't have time to get my office organized because I'm rushing to pick up my son from school. But when I had time, I wanted to be outside, turning up and hanging with people and stuff like that and doing stuff that really had no benefit to me,
Yeah.
like at
Yeah.
all. Like, this is not even networking. We just really outside thugging for no reason. Like, we're not getting nowhere. But
I believe you.
but now I am to the point where I feel like I am investing my time and energy into things.
Let me, when you were talking about setting budgeting,
Mm-hmm.
so I think I'm pretty good at budgeting, but let me tell you what I do, like where I mess up at. Like somebody be like, "Hey, I got this for sale," and I be like, "Damn, I don't want to spend all money, but I want it." But
Oh,
I start
that's
thinking
me.
of like, how I'm gonna get this money back? I'm finna buy this, but I'm finna get the money back. How I'm finna get this money back real quick? I'll be like, okay, I got this credit book. I'm finna do a sale real quick, $25. Let me sell it to like 4 or 5 people and get my little money back, my little $100 back. But budgeting, I feel like I'm really good at it because what I do and what works for me might not work for everybody else. But like when the season, tax season is when I make my money, right? So when the season come, I usually like take everything and like average like my bills, my mortgage, everything up, add everything up, and I put all of that to the side.
Wow.
And then I like, okay, well, this is what you have left over. Then I okay, I'm gonna take my kids on a trip this year and put that to the side. But bills and stuff is already paid for because it's already in a different account. It's already set to the side.
Wow. I never thought to do that. But
Yeah.
all you talking about like what everything for a year or you talking
Yes,
about
because then, so my business is taxes, so I make
Oh,
my
okay.
money within 3 months. So that money that I made in those 3 months, I put to the side all of my bills.
Wow.
Just an estimate of it, because it's tax season. So with tax professionals, you only make your money within 3 months. So you have to budget unless you have something else on the side.
Right.
She worked for 3 months and budgeted out for the entire year.
Yeah.
But that sound like, like a I don't know if y'all ever listened to Eric Thomas. He
I
makes
like
all
Eric Thomas.
this money, but he still lives on a certain income of it,
Mhm.
certain percentage of his income.
Yeah.
So that's basically what you're doing. You're
Mhm.
doing like no spend challenge
Yeah.
for these amount of months, and then you get your 3 months, and then that's insane budgeting.
And just budget. Yeah.
That's insane.
I want to tell you what I did for Christmas.
Go ahead.
So growing up, my mom was a single mom, right? And I can say, it was a struggle because she worked like minimum wage jobs. But I can say I would never take this away from her. We had a good Christmas every single year. And I
Yeah.
used to wonder like how we always got a good Christmas,
Yeah.
My mom would start in August, would start taking like I think $20 or $40 out of her paycheck or taking out of her paycheck every week and putting it aside starting in August. So when Christmas came around, she was able to ball out for us
Wow.
and didn't have to worry about bills or worry about this. So now I started shopping in August every year for my son. And then
Wow.
just like right now, my car went out right around Thanksgiving,
Yes.
right before Christmas. I had to spend like around $1,000 to fix my car. And then I got rent coming up next week, knocking at the door, and it was okay. My bills was taken care of. Christmas was taken care of. Now imagine if I did not put that money and gifts aside for Christmas a couple months back. I would have been hurt.
Absolutely.
My son, I would have been so bad if I couldn't provide for my son the way I wanted to. You know what I
Just
mean?
said something to me. Let me put this on my board.
And I think that's when stuff like that happens, there's a blessing coming. When
Yeah.
you're,
Yeah.
when it's like you going through something and, like there's something coming up. And it's just like, don't give up. Like, you're going to make it. Don't give up. Don't lose faith. It's just, that's what it's doing, testing your faith.
Oh, wow. That's why we got the mustard seed. So you can be a reminder that what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people don't realize that when it gets hard, that's when they just be like, oh, well, this is life. Like, this is just, and they'll just settle. They'll just settle in their
Yeah, I
suffering.
know.
And it's like, you can't continue your suffering. You have to keep striving. Like you said, you have a goal you set for it. You got one person that's dragging their feet. You know you need to focus on her outside of your goal. You saying that, hey, I need to get more strict about my priorities and putting this and this and that together. But if we both was just like, we could have just easily been negative.
Yeah. That's like
Easily. And, that's what the world really corrupts of is just negativity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, we're going to overfeed it because in fact, I'm going to walk past my vision board or my prayer board or whatever you want to turn this board into. I'm going to walk by it every day and I'm gonna scratch through this. I make this happen. I'm gonna scratch through this happen,
Yeah.
and just stay consistent with positivity over everything.
Positivity.
So
over
I really like that
everything.
you came up with that. I guess like my closure question would be, it's a real deep question. If you don't achieve your goals, do you feel like you still worthy?
Yes.
Ooh, that's
Yes.
that's huge. A lot of people like no.
No. I feel like I do. I feel like I did. Like, especially if you don't give up, like it's okay. If you didn't achieve it, you still put
Right.
yourself in a position to where eventually you will.
Mhm.
Now, if I sit there and didn't do anything, then I probably would.
I feel like my short term reasonable goals, for the most part, I either achieved them or like achieved a different version of them or was like damn near close. Like
Yeah.
I don't really feel like it's any of my goals that I'm just like never got there. I mean the major ones where I feel like I want a 5 bedroom mansion or something like that. Like yeah, okay, yeah, it's a little extravagant.
Right.
But like as far as my realistic short term goals for my lifestyle right now, I feel like we knocking at it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, y'all done made me feel real confident going into the 2023 because I'm surrounded by good energy.
And let me tell y'all, like one of my another small goal. Well, it's not really small. It's kind of big. But this coming year, I want to walk into a car lot and just cash out.
I know that's right.
Like buy a car cash?
I don't want to
Heck
pay no. I don't want to have no car note. Period. So my plan is to just just go get my children have vehicles. So my goal is like, okay, I'm just gonna drive their little vehicles, and that's gonna motivate me to save up to get what I want. And I was like thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? If I walk into a car lot with $20,000, they gonna respect me for that. Like that's a whole
Mhm.
nother ball game. So yeah, that's one of my goals. Is I just want to. No, I was like, if it take me the whole year to save up that money and just walk into the car line and be like, hey, I want to buy a car. What's up? Even if the
Mhm.
car 30,000, I feel like they go. If I negotiate it, like I got cash, I'm not trying to go
Right.
through no financial department trying to get none of this like finance anything. I got the money right here. What's up? Let's get it.
And what car do you have in mind?
The thing is, I don't know what car I have in mind. I don't know what I want.
It's everything. Do you want an SUV? Do you want a car?
I think I don't want an SUV no more. I've been in an SUV. My kids are older, and they got their own vehicle, so I don't need an SUV. Like right now, I'm in the Infinity. Before that, I was in a Pathfinder. Like before that, I was in a Santa Fe. So I think I want a car now, a
Okay.
cute little car,
You know,
a
I
little
really
cute
want a
little
Range
luxury.
Rover.
Yeah.
I really want a Range Rover.
Those are really nice cars.
I want something nice, luxury, but at the same time reliable. I do not want
Can I have a
something.
pink?
I want to be able to pull up around the corner
The big
to,
sticky.
the
Yeah.
cousins and that don't have no car lot, but they, know how to work, do oil change and stuff right there in the hood. I want to
Yes.
just pull up. I don't have to go to the dealership and get an oil change. So I want something
Absolutely.
that's nice. I'm still looking, trying to decide what I want. I really like them new the Kias. Like
Oh, those are
Mhm.
those
Kids
are
and
real
stuff. They
nice.
came up a lot.
Yeah, they nice. Even that I think it's by Hyundai.
No,
That Genesis.
I was finna say them Genesis
Genesis
is
is
hard, girl. They
right.
got a little SUV that look like a Porsche. And I'm like,
Yeah.
hold on. And then I seen another one, and at first I thought it was a Cadillac at first, and I'm like, oh, that's a Genesis. But my friend Mama had got the Genesis when it the first model ever,
Really?
and she got it shipped from wherever the hell it's from. And she said, it's supposed to catch you. So she said she was driving fast down in the country, driving fast as hell, and let go of the steering wheel to see if it was gonna catch her, and it caught her, and then she got pulled over. He like, "What you doing?" And she was like,
That's
"Well,
my
I
car.
she's like, I just got this new car, so I was speeding, and I let go of the wheel to see if it was gonna catch my turn, and it did." And she was
That's
like,
wow. I never heard that.
Yeah.
and I guess the Teslas are kind of like that too, but them Teslas scare me. I'll never get a Tesla.
Yeah. Mm-mm. I don't think I want a Tesla. And then it's still kind of new, and it still got them little. It's still gonna have some type of little problem or something. Like it's still new. It's still too new for me.
Yeah, the Teslas be running into cars and I mean running into trees and
Oh
catching on
wow.
fire and so yeah, it's been a lot of it's been like all over the country. It's been a lot of situations where
Wow.
they put it on autopilot for them. you know, because you could put it like set a destination, like take me to the airport, and you could just put it on autopilot and it'll drive you. It done drove people into trees and caught on
Yeah, see,
fire.
nah, that's what I'm saying. It still got
It's
little
scary.
glitches.
It's
Oh
scary
my
to
It's
me.
too
God.
new.
And when you be driving, I got an Uber the other day, and when you're driving, and if you don't put your blinker on and you try to hurry up and get over, it's gonna stop you from getting over. It's like you could turn it off, but sorry, you could turn it off, but that's how
Oh,
it
yeah,
comes.
fine.
That's how it comes.
That's
If you don't put your
wild.
blinker on and you try to go, so imagine if there's like somebody in the road and the Tesla doesn't see that, and you're trying to hurry up and get over, it's gonna push you back.
Yeah.
In, you know?
Oh my
it's
God.
It's too new. It's too new.
And I'll be
I
like,
don't
the
trust
car
it.
did it.
Yeah,
But
the
it's
car
not.
When the police pull you over,
Yeah.
the car did it. It wasn't me.
That's crazy. I
Yes,
had no
that's too
idea.
much for
That
me.
new movie's coming out. With the what's the movie with the robots?
Another iRobot like kind of movie.
It's not iRobot. It's with Optimus Prime.
Oh, Transformers.
It's a new one coming out,
I did not know that.
and that's the trailer. It had the guy in the car, and he was like, "It's not me." The police was trying to pull him over. He doing a high speed chase, and he like, "It's not me. It's the car driving. It's the car driving."
Yeah, it really is the car driving.
It's the car driving. Yeah, they got a new one coming out. It's a good movie. I like that type of.
When is it coming out? Is it coming out tomorrow?
Is it?
Because my son's babysitter was like, "Hey, I want to take them to the movies. Can he come?"
It might be coming out tomorrow. I knew it was
Okay.
like I think it is like somewhere in December. It's a lot of good movies coming out.
Yes, that's why I like around the holiday time and the beginning of the year. That's when the good movies like.
Mhm.
Yes, no lie. I've been
That
wanting
new
to.
movie, that Best Man.
Oh, Best Man.
Y'all watch
yeah.
the Best Man final chapters?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, baby.
Oh, believe it or not, I haven't even seen the one before that. Everybody's like, "What?" I haven't. I'm like, I need to go watch it. I'll probably
Yes.
leave home tonight and go watch it.
Man, oh man, you into something. And really to tell you the truth, like everything that they started off, they said what they was gonna do and they're all doing it.
Oh,
They're
look,
all doing
that's
it.
like what we doing, right?
They're all doing it. They're all very successful. They're all like challenging even like people that's saying, "Oh, you're not gonna do it." Even if it's like they're friends and they be like, "Oh, you know,
Oh,
you."
yeah, gotta do
It's
it.
like, okay, let me show you. And
Yeah.
they doing it. It's like the way that they started out and where they are now. It's like you can get there. But you know what I'm realizing? Because I put a lot of pressure on myself being at the age that I am. You're not gonna get there until you're 40 or 50. You're not gonna get there.
So I heard this lady was like struggling her whole life, right? And then opened a business or whatever. She was like, you know, it might take you 30 years to get your first million, but your second might come in 30 minutes. So
That's true.
What?
yeah, I was like, that's cool. You're right.
Absolutely.
Really?
Because you got to go through certain experiences to get the true
I believe
knowledge
it.
and get serious. Because just like you said, the person that's dragging their feet, they probably dragging their feet because they probably feel like they got time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people, oh, I got time. Like I bumped into somebody that's like, and they about to be 40. They feel like they got time, so they've been bullcorning. It's like you do know that the retiring age is 60, so you kind of knocking kind of close. You
Yeah,
ain't
I
got
gotta-
that much
I got to
time.
retire like 35, 40 because I've been going home for a long time.
But it can happen though. It's people that retire at the age of 35.
Yeah, I got
It
to
is.
because I've been going too hard for too long. Like, I've been going hard.
That's how I be looking at myself. I be like, I work too hard. I deserve this. I deserve
You do.
this.
For real. Before I get burnt out and just be like, fuck it.
But yeah,
I love
I
it.
think that is true though. Like it does take time. Like just with my experience, like I was a single parent taking care of 4 kids, and my kids went through the struggle with me, and now they be like, they see it different. Like we ain't all the way there, but we there. Like we like they be like, oh mama, I love it here. Like we don't. My kids went through the struggle with me. I had my first child at 16, so they went through the
Wow.
struggle. I'm talking about like where lights was cut off, water cut off, like, and now everything good. We ain't got to worry about none of that.
That's
It's
right.
good. And every time, I never went backwards. Like it was always a stepping stool where it was good. It never went backwards to where, okay, we in the projects, go get something else. Now something messed up and now we back in the projects. It was never like that. Like everything got better and better and better. It was apartment, rent house, bigger rent house. Now we in a house that we own.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. I have a friend that I don't know why, but he just like really helped me actually love myself again. because he sees
Aw.
so much in me. Like the very first conversation we had, I started crying. And I was like, "You see me," and I'm like, "I don't even see myself." And it was just like so.
You need that.
And
Yeah.
he don't even got too much going on for himself. Girl, he be popping perks and doing fentanyl and smoking weed backwoods all day. He don't really got a lot. Like he just be thugging, but he sees so highly of me and he
Mhm.
speaks life into me. And on Christmas, he say, how did Christmas go for y'all? I think it was a day or two after. I'm like, Christmas went good. He like, yeah, you a good mama, blah 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 blah. And we just started talking. I say, when I was my son's age right now, I was basically in foster care. My mama was in prison, and I was, his age 3 or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And I remember I was in a dress and I was cute and I was with my uncle's girlfriend's parents and they were Caucasians and I was just there, and I slept in the living room, but they treated me very, very well. But I
That's good.
remember like sitting around like my mom was gonna come, my mom was gonna come, my mom was gonna come. And my mama didn't come.
Yeah.
And then I look at like my son. My living room was when we got home for Christmas, my living room was full of shit. Like he was so, so, so happy. And DJ called me, my baby daddy called me, and he was like, the pictures your mama sent me, da, da, da. He's like, bro, Cassius is happy. Like, y'all don't ever send me no pictures where he not happy. Like,
Yeah,
he's
he's
real
not
live,
happy.
happy.
I think
Like,
that takes the pressure off of him.
Yeah.
That's good.
hmm
That's really, really good.
yeah, so I was like, damn. And I never, like, really got in tuned with that part of my life until this Christmas. Because I feel like all the stuff I went through with my mama, that didn't bother me. It didn't bother me. I don't have daddy issues. I don't have mommy issues, none of that. But I do. And I'm
Yeah.
starting now that I have my child and holidays are coming around, we getting older. Like, I'm starting to realize it.
Yeah.
We
Absolutely.
must be.
Getting close, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess what will be our closure? Do you want to ask her like after she says her closure answer to a question? Do you want to do truth or dare? Being that we don't
Oh,
have the reach your please cards yet.
yeah. Did you download the app on your phone? Because,
I'm way over
yeah, because I got it on my iPad.
there. Oh, it's okay.
It on my phone.
What y'all gonna get the
Let me
Carisha,
see.
please?
Yeah, the
Mhm.
Carisha Please card. Or
So it can
She
Carisha
be
got
a,
some
Roulette.
cards.
Yeah, it's like a truth or dare roulette thing.
Really?
Yes, and it is funny.
can I see the tape?
Yeah, what was it called?
Just type in truth or
I
dare.
just watched her
Danny.
little thing with G Herbo.
Oh, I want to see
It was
it.
good. When I started watching it because I was like, when Diddy was like, let me see if they flirting with each other.
Oh wow. I know he ain't doing all that when he just had a baby.
Right.
And that's wild. She said she knew.
She said she knew.
But that's what kind of thing I was like, I'm big on that, like in a relationship. Tell me the good, the bad, even if it's gonna make me mad. At least
Tell
it
me.
show that the communication is strong.
And especially, I feel like that's protection. Like, tell me before somebody else tell me. You tell me.
That
So I'm
shows
like,
unity.
what?
Yeah.
You tell me before somebody else get there and tell me.
I feel very weird about that situation because to me it's kind of like, is this the extent that we going through? Just what is it for, the money or for your business, for your career, whatever the case may be? Like this is the extent that we're going to. Like this is what we settling for, a man having a baby and you on in front of everybody. I love him, I love him, I love him. And then you got a mama that don't even really be too much in the media and stuff and come back around. Your boyfriend just had a baby.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Weird.
Like, is that the extent that we're going through to, be with that? But at the end of the day, like, people say they single, whatever the case may be, but let's just be real. She love him.
Mhm.
She love the hell out of him.
And I think he loves her too. It's just that it's Diddy.
Yeah, it's just that it just is what it is, and it's kind of like she either got to respect her, she got to move around. That's just, he didn't take her choice away, but which is good, but that's just what it is to me. Like, you really chose that.
Mhm.
That's a good point. We can definitely talk about it on our next segment.
Yeah, I was like, well, that's another podcast.
Yes, it is. So I guess to like wrap it up, my final question would be for you, being that like you said that you prioritizing your partners, you prioritizing you say you good at budgeting, you know what your target is. You got one person that's kind of dragging their feet. Also, you said that even if you don't get that achieved, you still feel worthy that you did something in the year.
Uh-huh.
I would say, what is something that you can tell younger boys and girls if they were here? What would you tell them, as far as even your younger self? What would you tell them?
Probably the main thing I would just tell, just don't give up. Just don't give up. Like, it's not gonna happen overnight. Whatever your goals is, it's not gonna happen overnight. Just don't give up. And I hate that people put pressure on people and tell them like, hey, this you could do this. You're gonna be a millionaire next year. Come here. Like that's no. I would be lying if I sit here and told you that. It's not gonna happen overnight. It takes time. It takes hard work. It definitely takes prayer. And it's you. You gotta want it.
Yes.
So I would just say don't give up. And like for me, like I told you, she told you, I'm 4 kids, single parent. I done it.
Wow. I commend you. I got one and I'm about to fall out. I only got one and I actually have a village, so it's like I could just imagine. So I really commend you, and I would say that's awesome. I would say Christine got a question, or
Okay, here's
or
your
there for you.
question, Alicia. It says, "What is the most disgusting thing you have ever done?"
Disgusting.
Mhm.
I don't know. Disgusting thing I've
I
ever
don't have an
done.
answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
Even serious. I don't have
Period.
a,
Right. I don't
Yeah.
have an answer for that.
Your next question had said, what did it say? Oh, it say, how often do you think about sex?
I think about sex a lot. I think I'm very a sexual person. My children are on this live, I believe, but
Right.
yeah.
Hey, that's how y'all got here.
I think I'm a sexual person, and I don't look at sex like a bad thing. I'm that type of person that feel like it's normal. I think in my head like these days, if you're spiritual and thinking spiritually, they say you're not supposed to have sex until you get married, right?
Mhm.
But of course, these days that's not. They don't go by that. And I always wonder, like, why did God make something so good to where you gotta wait?
Right.
Like, why does it like it's so good? Why do you have to wait till you get married? Like, why did you do that?
Right. Why you did it?
But I don't like. I think sex is something normal. Like everybody has sex. Plants have sex.
Absolutely.
Everything is sex. Sex is normal. It's just sex,
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. I would agree 100%.
But yeah, I always think about sex, especially because my man travels, so I only see him maybe like a week out of a month.
Well, you got to make that week count.
Right.
Strong.
I'm
Very
like,
strong.
when people be like, "You want to go?" My man's at home. I'm going home.
I
Right.
was telling somebody, I was like, yeah, wait for Alicia's boyfriend to leave because I'm over here bored as hell, up all night
Yeah.
by myself.
Right. When he get on, I'm like, "Okay, yeah, we talking on the phone."
We got
I'll
to
be
phone till
like,
2 in the morning,
Yeah.
talking about nothing and everything. Everything
That's
and nothing at
good.
all.
And I think it kind of helps with, and that's probably a different podcast, but I think that's a big thing with me and him is that we don't see each other a lot. So when we do
Yes.
see each other, it's like, okay, we ain't trying to argue. We ain't trying to have no problems, no
Absolutely.
nothing. Like, let's just make the best of it.
Absolutely. We definitely got to have her come back around Valentine. That's if he ain't in town, That's just in case if he not
He
in
probably
town.
not going to be, because the way he does it is like, so he knows that when tax season comes, that I'm going to be busy. So he try to stay busy.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
See, I like that you respect my hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
100%. Okay. Where can they find you? And is there anything
You can
wanna
follow
say?
me on my Instagram page. It's QLQ underscore TAX underscore LLC.
Okay. We
I
definitely
also
will
have a
put
Facebook. I need to get more involved in the Facebook.
Girl,
but
I
it's
do not be
QLQ
doing
tax.
Facebook
Yeah.
unless I'm on there
I gotta get more
talking
into
crazy.
Facebook. But you could definitely find me on Instagram.
Okay, we definitely will tag you and list you below so that everybody can go straight to it. And also, you say that you do a taxing service. Do you want to tell people about?
Yes,
your
I do
services?
have a tax service. I opened on January 3rd, offering advances up to $9,500. You could contact me on Instagram. If you DM me, I'll give you my personal number where you can call me and I'll be happy to answer any of your tax questions or concerns. And the advance, you can apply for the advance on January 3rd. If you have all your documents, you can apply on January 3rd.
And she did tax classes too.
Yes, I do tax classes, and this year is my first year opening up a partnership program. I basically I was an employee, so I never wanted to hire employees. I wanted to get partners, and show them the business. So I was always doing the tax classes, but this year was the first year where I opened up a partnership program.
Amazing.
And this is my first year doing it, and I told myself I was only going to do 5, and I have 15 people, and one more possibly. She's begging me to come along, but I'm like, oh, I'm close, and I'm kind of like, I don't want to be like overwhelmed trying to teach you, but she's begging me, and she actually came from one of my partners, and I'm trying to convince her like, hey, do her onboarding and stuff, and then I'll do the rest of it, but get her. She's like, okay, I might do it. I'm going to do it. I'm like, yeah, get her there and we can do it. But yes, I told myself I was only going to do 5 and I have 16. Well, 15 if I take her, then 16.
That's amazing. You set a goal and you went over it.
I went over it.
Yes. That's awesome.
And the person that I never thought I would do it, and I have a person that motivated me to do it, and she was like, come on, let's do it. And she told me about it, and I was like, okay. But I don't know. And then we've been helping each other and we've been doing it.
That's awesome.
Doing a damn thing.
See, supporting one another, you can definitely make it. And a lot of people have doubt of that.
Yeah.
So definitely, can y'all turn y'all boys around. Oh, I done stabbed myself. To show everybody.
I'm going to keep going too, y'all. I did my outline, but I'm going to go home and I'm going to finish and do some more.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I'm going to put it more together. Let me just put these little tabs in here so y'all can sort of stick when I turn it around.
Same here. That's why I'm putting them texts in there.
So I already separated my little sticky notes I'm taking home.
You ready. Definitely ready.
I love stuff like this, like writing out things.
This is my first time ever doing something like this, and I always see people do it, and I'm like, oh, I want to do this.
I wanted to get some stickers too, just to decorate it.
We definitely will. So I hope that everybody enjoyed this. These are everybody's looks different, so it's no right or wrong way. It looks however you want it to look.
Let's do a boomerang. Put them down so they can all be in the thing. I'm gonna do a boomerang. I'm gonna tag y'all.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
I just got the warning.
Yeah, because they about to charge us for another hour.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm Pop Daily, also Megan, and this is Luxo Christine. Also, please tune in next Friday. We definitely got something else, and I want to say thank you from both of us for coming out. I know that
it's
after the holidays, so we thank y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Have a good night.